Today's story is about Richardson family. The disclosure of the triple murder of the Richardson family was made at first by a youthful 6-year-old kid who had approached play with the most youthful individual from the family, Jacob, matured 8. Lying on the floor of the storm cellar in clear view were the bloodied assemblages of 2 grown-ups who were not moving. The alert was raised and specialists raced to the scene. Ongoing into the house, they tracked down Mark Richardson, 42, and his better half Deborah, 48, dead on the floor. Higher up, the little assortment of Jacob was found with his throat cut. The individuals who realized the family promptly became worried about the whereabouts and security of the 4th individual from the Richardson family, their girl Jasmine. Horrendous imprints and spreads were tracked down all through the storm cellar on the walls, and there was still no indication of Jasmine. During the quest for proof at the crime location, the police had found a few web-based accounts with which Jasmine and Jeremy had been conversing with one another about killing her folks, so they knew promptly who the suspects were. Both Jasmine and Jeremy were accused of 3 counts of homicide, and at the youthful age of 12, Jasmine turned into the most youthful individual to at any point be accused of numerous killings in Canada. A similar karma didn't matter to Jeremy, as at the age of 23, he was definitely a grown-up and would be attempted in that capacity. Her sentence was finished in 2015, by which time she turns to 23 years of age. He too heard a commotion and went down to the storm cellar. While being gone after by Jeremy, Mark retaliated as hard as possible, outfitted with just a screwdriver. However, it was no utilization. There was no question that Jeremy had killed the guardians. However, the homicide of their 8-year-old child Jacob was not as clear. While in care, Jeremy had erroneously had a discussion with somebody he believed was another detainee. However, as a matter of fact was a covert cop. Jeremy was open about the wrongdoing, asserting liability to the covert cop, and it was this discussion that turned the assessment around in regards to the passing of youthful Jacob. As indicated by Jeremy, it was Jasmine that had cut her younger sibling's throat and watched him pass on. Jeremy had a quite loud mouth and offered various expressions to different individuals about his job in the wrongdoing. Just after the homicides, they even went to a companion's home and engaged in sexual relations. Declaration incorporated various explanations from companions and partners, some of whom had been approached to assist with the killings and declined. There were likewise web and PC discussions where both of them had transparently talked about their arrangement to kill Jasmine's folks, including various strategies for killing. She had likewise seen there was blood in Jeremy's truck, alongside weapons including sluggers and blades. As anyone might expect, Jeremy was seen as at legitimate fault for first-degree murder for every one of the people in question. Not exclusively was the age contrast a tremendous issue. However, it was Jeremy's experience and character that concerned them the most. Try not to be mixed up in thinking she was the person in question. But this young lady, regardless of her age, knew how to control her sweetheart very well. Young ladies frequently go for the terrible kid, and on account of Jasmine and Jeremy, they considered themselves perfect partners, sweethearts that would be together forever. A youthful high school young lady, Jasmine was resolved that she needed to use the remainder of her existence with Jeremy. Thus it was her that surfaced with killing her folks. Jeremy, being the infatuated obedient sweetheart, concurred. Thus the stage was set for what might be perhaps of the most incredibly upsetting numerous homicides at any point committed in Medicine Hat. Typically following a homicide conviction, on the off chance that an allure is to be held up, it is finished so very quickly. That's all for this episode of True Murder Stories. Hope to see you again.